Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Karen, Lavender Clothesline. Today we are making a video answering your questions. So I have been wanting to make this video for a while because I get so many questions that I feel I'm not doing a great job with one or two sentences, answering them on YouTube. But today we are doing this because, truth be told, I need a video. And last night I went on a date, had a great time, and then this morning realized that I didn't have the energy to schlep to a store or pull out a bunch of inventory. So today we are going to do answering your questions. Thank you so much to all of you who have been following my channel. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Karen. I am Lavender Clothesline here on YouTube, also on Instagram and eBay. I make a full-time living at gonna be 61 this year, can't believe it. Make a full-time living online, and I'm just having a really good time doing it. Now, while it is a ton of work, it is crazy work and quite the pace, I love doing this. So I like to share it with you guys, how I'm doing it, what I'm doing, as pretty much a one-woman show. Now, like I always share and always give credit to my daughter, Lisa. She is my editor for these videos. Thank God for editing, because I never realized I said so much or stumbled over words. So big thank you and shout out to Lisa as usual. And Lisa also comes in about 5 hours a week to take my eBay photos. Now, that's not all my photos, but it is a really good help midweek to get my listings on. So first I want to answer the question before we even get into this that many of you, I think the most common question that I get is, I like this such and such, when will it be listed? How can I buy this? Now, like almost all of my items are sold either through eBay, my eBay store, Lavender Clothesline, or on Facebook Marketplace. So a lot of times I make these videos with the thrift haul just coming into my house. In other words, the haul is not processed, none of the items are cleaned or thoroughly inspected, because a lot of days I'm just throwing things in my cart only to come to find out they need a little cleaning or a little de-stickering or sometimes repair. But I just wanted to reiterate and let you guys know that if you are interested in something that I have shown in a haul, you will have a fair chance at getting it in my store, Lavender Clothesline, as soon as I can get it listed, which most times from video to processing it in the store, it's going to take at least a week. That's if I'm not on vacation or not dating. So I do have a very active dating lifestyle to share a little personal information, and I really enjoy going out and having free time. And last night was an especially good date. So there's that. Thank you again for following my channel. Without further ado, let's get into today's video answering your questions. Okay, so truth be told, I keep playing with the camera and the lighting because when I switch the location of the things that I use to film, it's a whole new thing. So I'm just going to go with this. I hope the lighting is okay, and let's get on with the questions. So I'm just going to hold my phone and scroll through instead of hand picking the questions, and whatever ones catch my attention, that's what we'll be answering. Okay, so these questions are from probably my last video, the part 2 of the haul that I did where I wore the same shirt. And as a matter of fact, I think this shirt is a different shirt, but it kind of looks the same. Maybe. I don't even know. All right, on with the questions. Karen, if you don't mind, can you do a video of you ordering your supplies and printing your label and all of that? That's from Jessie. Thanks, Jessie. Okay, so mostly my supplies I had purchased from You Pack and Ship. As of late, probably this past year, I do go online and do a quick comp of who is getting what for what supplies. I do like to stay brand or company loyal, but with so many people selling online, it would be foolish of me not to check comparative pricing. So recently, especially this past year in 2020, because I had more time, I started checking pricing. Right now, I am ordering my supplies from all different suppliers, never the same. And yeah, that's how I'm doing that. I do print out my labels right from eBay. I have my Dymo 450 hooked up. I know there's great controversy over whether a Rollo printer or a Dymo printer is better. Those are both thermal label printers. I happen to like the Dymo, and my daughter Mellissa, Fresh Blooming Clothing and Mellissa on YouTube, really did a great video for how to set up the Dymo because it can be a little bit hard or intimidating to get started. So if you do get a Dymo, which you can get on sale, anywhere $60 to $80 on Amazon, they do run different sales, you can check out Melissa's channel and she will help you set your Dymo up. Watch for hours. So many of you guys are so complimentary, so thank you so much. Just going through. You like the long videos? Okay, so this question is repetitive, so I'm not going to attribute it to one viewer. People are talking about where to drop off FedEx packages or if you can have them picked up at your door. I did contact FedEx. I do have a FedEx account. FedEx in my area charges $14 a pickup until you reach a certain number of pickup packages. Now, the only time I really use FedEx is when the packages are quite large or heavy, and recently I'm just selling those items on Facebook Marketplace. But in some areas, I do know that Walgreens and Dollar General have little hubs within their store that make it possible to drop off your packages. So you can go ahead and check with your local Walgreens or Dollar General. Unfortunately, I have neither one of those in my area, and my FedEx location is probably a good 15 minutes away. So as a general rule, I no longer do a lot of FedEx once in a while because it's too much of a time constraint. And for me, time is my biggest commodity. Is that the right word? You know, it's my biggest challenge. So I hope that answers that question. I love when you guys identify things for me. Recently, I put on a dog statue. I put it on in the haul video, and I thought it was a Yorkshire, I think, because I said I want Yorkshire pudding. I thought it was a Yorkshire Terrier, and it turns out it's a Schnauzer. So this is not a question, but a big thank you to all of you who help with your information. I always double check the information, but you guys are on it, so thank you so much. You also commented that reticulation is a word. Sometimes I just make up words. Once I get making a video, you never know what's going to come out of this mouth. Little crazy. Okay, so here is a question from Braitage Home. I think I'm saying that right. Braitage Home. Braitage, am I saying that right? A little off topic, but how is your skin so beautiful? You are a sweetheart. I have so many lines at this point, because I was one of those people in the 70s at the beach roasting my skin with baby oil. So I have plenty of fine lines and sunspots, but you know what, at this age, it is what it is. I don't want to really go down the route of like Botox or Juvederm or any of those things. No judgment to anybody doing it. It's just not my cup of tea at this point, but maybe one day I'll wake up and say, oh my goodness, I need help. I do wash my face religiously and put on sunscreen and cream probably for the past 20 to 30 years. So I'm trying, but it is what it is. It's makeup, it's the ring light, and if you see me in real life without all the makeup on when I am out in the real world thrifting, you'll get it. I truly look 60 going on 61, but thank you so much for the compliment. The next question comes from Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Have you ever thought about getting one of those portable shopping carts to help you carry items into your house? I feel like I have every cart that is made. I have a rolling cart to transport my items from the back photography room into the YouTube studio when I'm going to show them to you guys. I did for a while use that cart downstairs, and I have one of those old lady shopping carts. Hope that's okay to say, and I did try using it at flea markets. Carts are kind of like a love-hate thing. So when I come home with my Jeep loaded with items, a lot of them heavy and breakable, I do have a cart in my garage. But if I pulled the cart to the back of the car, my trunk, and loaded all of these breakable things into a cart, and then wheeled them up, my stairs, my patio in the front of my house has steps. So I'd have to pull this heavy thing up the steps and then up into the house and then unload it all and do it again. It's easier just for me to carry things into my house. I think Jenny might be saying this because recently I showed that I lifted 2 very heavy audio speakers into the house. These things must have weighed 30 pounds a piece, but I was just careful. I just lifted them. Maybe at some point I will come to my senses and say I shouldn't be lifting such heavy things. But for now, that's working out. It is a bit cumbersome to go back and forth from the car to bring items in. Maybe someday I'll have a conveyor belt. Wouldn't that be good? As far as flea market bringing a cart, flea markets, especially in my area, get very crowded. So every time I've tried to bring a cart, it doesn't work out because you're trying to maneuver in and out and around of aisles and items and people, dogs, children. It just becomes too crazy. And then you have to leave your cart filled with your things at the end of the row, because a lot of times at flea markets, the rows are too tight to get a cart in and out of and have other people be able to shop too. So that's why I am not using a cart. I do bring IKEA bags, but most times I just try to get there early and park my car as close as possible so that all of the walking, is not too bad. But the way I look at it is this is all exercise because I am not getting to the gym these days. I wish I was. I used to all the time. But with going up and down the stairs for the basement and bringing items in, lifting all of those bins, you can be sure I'm getting my workout in. So thank you so much for the question. Let's see who else has a question. Okay, so I'm getting up and down to shut the camera off because I still haven't, I've had this camera for over a year now, I think, probably about a year, and I still haven't figured out the remote thing. I will get on that because getting up and down every time to hit the button on the camera, which is now a little bit further, is a whole thing. All right, who has a question next? Queen Bee, and a lot of these names I'm just taking the first part of the username, so you could probably figure it out if you go into the video. What time do your thrift stores open? Here in Western PA, they don't open until 10. I love your videos so much. You are always so kind mentioning other YouTubers. I agree, Shell Bell channel is great. Shell Bell is Michelle. I watch her videos. I think she's wonderful. Someday we will get to meet. We have spoken about that. I thought it would be great fun to shop with Shell Bell. She's got a great eye. And Queen Bee wants to know what time my thrift stores open. Right after COVID, when the stores opened back up, it was 10, but most of them have gotten back to the regular opening time of 9. And I think the Goodwill outlet opens at 8. I think it does. It always has in the past, and I think they're back to that schedule. But generally, the regular thrift stores in the area open at 9. Kathleen, hello Kathleen, how are you? Kathleen is one of my all-time loyal followers, so big shout out to Kathleen. You are a sweetheart and I appreciate you so much. And I think you also follow Lisa and Mellissa, my daughters. So boy, that's some loyal support right there, and I hope we've gained your interest with our videos. I think we have, and I appreciate it. And I follow Kathleen back on her Instagram, where this woman has the cutest nieces and nephews, and I'd love to see what Kathleen posts. And Kathleen says, exceptional as always. Karen, did you list names of albums anywhere? I have not listed the 3 records or albums, the LPs that I did in the haul. One was, who were they now? Tijuana Brass, The Supremes, and Kenny Rogers, maybe? While I was in the thrift store looking through albums, because albums is definitely not my niche, I did comp those and I saw higher comps than what they really go for. I will still list the albums when that happens. Once in a while that happens. If I'm picking up a lot, I might look at the sold comps wrongly somehow and think they're worth more and pick them up. But I only paid $1.99 for the albums. I'll still be able to flip them and they're in great condition. I have not listed them. That will probably be later on today or Monday. Thanks, Kathleen. Oh, somebody thought the statue of the dog might be a Wheaton Terrier. I really don't know my dogs or my animals much about anything, but here I am. So that's encouragement for all of you guys who feel you might not have anything to offer on YouTube. I'm sure you do. It's as easy as putting on some tassel earrings and liking talking to people and showing what you picked up. The next question is from NJOKI. Najoki, or the N is silent, Joki. I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Hello, Karen. How are you doing? I'm good. How are you? In the whole haul, my favorite item is the neon colored jar. Did you find out what it was used for so far? I truly enjoy your videos. God bless you. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Yes, you guys were on it. I showed a piece of pottery. It was like this jar, this neon jar with a drip glaze. Beautiful. I picked it up solely because of the colors. I didn't know what it was. If you want to see the item, you can go back and look in the 2 prior videos. It is a liquid fire pot, a liquid gel. So it's one of those items that has an insert, and you put this, it's almost like a sterno material. You put that in the metal insert and you light it, leaving the top off of the jar. And it's like your own little portable fire pit. Very cool. And you guys were on it, so thank you so much. That's how I found out what it was. The next comment is from Joanne. Hello, Joanne. I want to buy the Shell wind chime. How do I go about it? All of the items that you will see in these videos will get listed basically on one of 2 places. Either my eBay store, Lavender Clothesline, and that process usually takes me a week, sometimes 10 days. Because you're only seeing a little portion of what I pick up. I don't show everything. I'm gonna say you're probably seeing maybe a 1/5 of what I bring in. So if I bring in, say 100 to 150 items, I might haul 20 to 30, and I have to get all of that processed and put on in the store. But rest assured, it will show up in my eBay store. I do try for 1 week, and you can check back. You can also set kind of like a notification. You type in the title, like you would put in Seashell Wind Chime, notify me when this gets listed, and your phone will cha-ching and let you know when an item like that is listed so that you can go in and grab it. So thank you so much, Joanne. Another person looking to buy an item, so I think I covered that, how things are listed. Have you ever tried UPS but online, not in store? The in-store prices at UPS stores are insane. Okay, so let's just cover shipping quickly. Because I ship as much as I do, I get a very good price for USPS, that's the regular postal system, with my labels bought right through eBay's app, so right in my eBay store. I have used FedEx going into the store, and I've also listed some of the items through my eBay. I never purchase any labels at a location, so I never go into UPS, USPS, or FedEx to buy labels. I do have a pirate ship account, and my eBay price for labels on USPS a lot of times is very comparable, sometimes better. So I know a lot of resellers are doing the trick with pirate ship where they box something and then put it into a poly mailer. I think the difference is poly mailers are only priced by the length and the width, whereas a box is cubic. You have to have 3 dimensions. So a couple of people are getting a better price. Most times when I am shipping out something that goes into a poly mailer, it's still eBay's app that brings me the best price. But I do check pirate ship once in a while. I haven't found it to be a big savings. So I buy, I'm gonna say, all of my labels on the eBay app or pirate ship. Okay, many of you have been so kind to buy me a cup of coffee, and one of my viewers, I'm not going to say their name, wanted to know what the Buy Me a Cup of Coffee is about. Buy Me a Cup of Coffee is just a feature that social media has come up with. If a follower, subscriber, viewer wants to buy the host of a channel a cup of coffee, it's as simple as like buying a friend a cup of coffee, only you can do it right there online. So I have it set up in the item description on my video. You just go in and buy me a cup of coffee, and the money comes into my PayPal, minus a little bit of fees. It's not bad. I think it's like $0.25 or something like that. And the money comes into my PayPal, and absolutely, yes, I am spending it on coffee. So thank you so much. A lot of days I bring a nice coffee with me, but a lot of days I don't get to do that, and I'm very appreciative to have you buy me a cup of coffee. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. And somebody left a comment. This is Rocky. He says, I bought you 3 cups. Don't I get a shout out? Rocky, I am so sorry. I have looked in my PayPal account and did not see your name. Now, it could be very much that you have a different username on PayPal than you do here on YouTube. So thank you so much. I'm very sorry, and I will be sure to give you a shout out and try to put that in today's video. Thank you. Okay, so the next question is from Jim. Hello, Jim. How do you do health insurance being self-employed, or do you qualify for Obamacare? We have been self-employed and pay unbelievably health insurance money until we got on Medicare and still pay quite a bit. I agree with you, Jim. And being self-employed, I pay everything myself. So anything that you would have through an employer, if you're employed by a company or somebody else, and you get taken out of your check partial or fully covered by the company, it does not work that way with self-employment. I pay everything myself. So anything that I feel like I need in life, I'm paying for. And yes, health insurance is very expensive. As many of you know, recently I had great dental work done. I paid all of that out of my savings. Anytime I have any kind of regular checkups, I'm paying for. So you do have to pay health insurance, whatever level of it you want, by yourself when you're self-employed, and you just allot for that and put that to the side. Now, in my opinion, if you work for an employer, you don't have a lot of choice in that, whereas if you're self-employed, you have many options. So I do like that I have options of what levels, what I choose for my own health care. So I hope that answers that question. Another question I get quite often, so I'm not going to attribute it to one viewer, is why I'm not using a rolling cart down in the basement when I pull shipping. So if you guys remember, I did pick up a rolling cart. If I think of it, I'll try to insert a picture, probably over here, maybe over there. And I do use it, or I did use it when I'm not filming, but the cart makes noise when it wheels on the cement floor in the basement. So it's not that the cart has a squeak, it just naturally makes too much noise for the camera. Camera is very sensitive, and I do have a Rode mic on this so you guys can hear me. And with my GoPro, which I film down in the basement with these days, does have a very good audio pickup. So that's why I'm not using the cart. That's why I'm walking back and forth. When you become a YouTube creator, everything changes when you need to film something. Anything you do in normal life is not going to be done normally with the camera rolling. Like right here, if I was just sitting talking to a friend in person, I wouldn't need the lighting. I wouldn't have to think, okay, is the refrigerator motor going to make too much noise? Who's mowing their lawn? Is the sun going to change? How far back am I? So everything changes. So with the cart or with any apparatus, I have to be careful that the camera does not pick up the noise and overshadow what I'm saying to you guys. That's why I'm not using a cart. But I did bring that cart upstairs, and I am using it to go from the back bedroom that is my eBay photography room through when I bring the items up to film them in the YouTube studio in my dining room. So I do use carts, but for 90% of the time, carts don't work for me. And I just, maybe I'm a creature of habit, maybe I'm an old dog who can't be taught new tricks, but that is why I'm not using a cart downstairs. I think that was the most common, I'm going to say, question that I have been getting, like, get a cart. Have you tried a cart? Why don't you use a cart? Maybe one day I'll make a video and show you how loud the cart gets picked up with the camera. I would be shouting over the cart noise, or maybe, I don't know. But it doesn't bother me walking back and forth. Like I already mentioned, good exercise. I take all of this as exercise because I eat a lot of snacks on the road, and that is the only thing that is saving me from my weight like skyrocketing, because I love good food. But that is a common question, and I figured I would try to answer it one more time here on this video. Okay. The next question comes from Boomer. That's the first part of her name. And she says, Karen, you look so lovely in those colors. What's your secret to looking so fresh and youthful? I'm 59 years old and admire your style. Thank you so much, Boomer. You are so sweet. I just love bright colors. I think it helps my complexion as I get older, and sometimes I'm a little bit tired. So when I wear bright colors, I think it helps. And my style most of the times is thrift store, thrift store style. I do shop quite a bit for myself in retail stores. I like Banana Republic. Who else do I like? I like Ralph Lauren a little bit. I used to be more of a Ralph Lauren fan. Love Johnny Was. You guys all know I'm all about Johnny Was. and I just look for things with bold colors. So I don't even know, I'm gonna stand up and show you my top today. This was thrifted. I don't know if this camera angle is gonna be all right. So this is what this top looks like. It is just a floral chiffon, and I always wear things that are a little bit looser here because I got the midlife chunk going on, which is fine. But that is today's top, and I will try to put in the comments down below what brand it is. It's not a high-end brand. It's just, I don't really pay attention to brand when I'm looking for just pretty blouses to wear. I kind of look at like what the fit is like, what the colors are like, and the print. That's pretty much what I go by. So thank you so much, Boomer. Okay, so a few of you in past videos have been asking how I find time for a social life. It's one of those things in life I have to pencil in on the calendar, just like anything else I do. So each morning when I get up, pretty much every morning, I have a clipboard by my desk that I am putting down the day's goals and then goals for the week and then maybe further than a week with no time frame. And in that, I also put my social desires, when I want to go out with a girlfriend and play golf, when an event is coming up, or when I want to accept a date. So yesterday, the date I had on the calendar was probably made, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and or 4 or 5 days before yesterday, and we did go out on a date. I drove probably about 40 minutes to meet up with somebody that I had been talking on the phone with for a while, and had a wonderful time. Delicious food. I had a crab cake over a bed of wild rice with some sauteed vegetables, and we shared a piece of, ready for this, pineapple cheesecake. Can I just say how good that was? My mouth is watering. It was like an upside down, pineapple upside down cake with cheesecake, and then like this crumb stuff on top. Yeah, I don't know how polite I was, but we had a great time. But that's what I have to do at this level with this amount of work. Probably working most weeks, probably 60 to 70 hours. These days, probably closer to 60. COVID did make me slow down a little bit, which it was time in life to do that anyway. Don't get me wrong, I still always do over 40 hours, but a lot of it is so enjoyable. It doesn't feel like work. So yeah, that's how I have time for a social life. I make sure I pencil it in. I will text a girlfriend and say, hey, let's get something on the calendar. Last year, I think it was, I didn't do that as much, and boy, it really bit me in the butt. I didn't get to play golf as much. So when you're working at this level or doing anything with a lot of your hours accounted for, I feel you just have to make a point of it like anything else and make sure it happens. So yeah, that's how I handled that. On the personal level, again, somebody wants to know how I do my hair. You guys are so sweet. This morning, okay, so last night I came in from a date. I had to drive the 45 minutes home, which was fine. But by the time I take off the makeup and set up coffee for the next day, always set up coffee for the next morning. I can't live without doing that because I get up super early. But by the time I do all of that and get in bed the next morning to film a video, when I say, oh, I gotta get a video put together, yeah, this is just like leftovers from last night, and I kind of ran a blow dryer through it a little bit. Now, there's a couple things I am doing. So, of course, I color my roots because I'm probably totally gray. So that's number one. What do I use? I use Age Beautiful. It is 8NN. I think that's considered medium dark blonde. I am not naturally blonde. I'm probably a little bit of a deeper brown. Not as dark as Mellissa and Lisa. Mine is quite a few shades lighter. But so I get my roots done every 2 to 3 weeks. I either do them or, yep, Lisa puts color on my roots for me. And then I was going to a salon to have it striped. It is my desire in life to have big, bold stripes. I always talk about that. Now, right now, I'm a real mix. Lisa threw in highlights for me because I was going on my big date and I just needed a pickup. And just know that, I hope this is okay to say, I pay Lisa for everything because she is just stellar in everything she does. She's just one of those people. I'm sorry, my kids are just amazing. I'm sure yours are too. I'm sure everybody just has amazing kids. But, you know, if I say to her, could you throw highlights in for me? She's on it. She just comes over and throws highlights. I am so spoiled. But anyway, so that is the coloring story. I do get it cut probably every 8 to 10 weeks. And it is getting a little bit thinner as I get older. I do take supplements. So I take Halo's Kiwi something or another. And I know she's like a YouTube influencer creator that I don't pay attention to any of the drama. I just like her supplement. What is her name? Tati, I think. I do take her supplement for hair and skin, and I've been doing that for probably 3 or 4 months. I was going to say years, months. I do take biotin, and what else do I do? Collagen products, anything to help keep the moisture and the suppleness in the hair and skin, which it's fading quick. When I wash my hair, I just wash it with either Pantene or a regular shampoo. I do like Rusk shampoo, R-U-S-K. I try to use that. And then I just use a regular conditioner. And what else am I using? I do like Sicily products, which are way high expensive, so I don't get those a lot. And then I blow dry with a big round brush. I blow dry the whole thing, kind of bowl shaped, and then curling iron. Is it a lot of work? Yep. But you know, if I came on YouTube with my regular hair, whatever, well, you guys have seen me with just kind of straight hair. It's kind of lifeless, and as it gets thinner, I need a little more volume. So I do a curling iron and kind of curl the whole thing back, and this is day 2, but good enough for today's video. I'm chilling a little bit today. So that is my whole hair story. Thank you for so many compliments, guys. I really appreciate that. You know, you compliment me when I'm putting work into something. I appreciate it. This is one of the best questions I think I have ever gotten, and it's so funny. So this is from Christopher, and he wants to know, this was on, I think, the whole video. What a beautiful outfit with the earrings. Why is the left sleeve so much shorter than the right? So if you guys go back and look, I'm sure you all noticed, go back and look at my last haul video that I did in 2 parts. I grabbed that shirt. It was clean. I was going to put it in inventory, and I said, oh, this is bright color. I'll just wear this on the video. So it wasn't listed yet. I grab it off the rack. I put it on. You know, I'm setting up lighting and cameras and stuff, not noticing the shirt has a flaw. One sleeve is, they're short sleeves, but one is much shorter than the other sleeve. I did not even notice, which I just find hysterical. When I saw the video, I said to Lisa, did you notice that one sleeve on that shirt was shorter? We were cracking up. I wasn't going to scrap a whole video because one sleeve was shorter than the other. And I forgot to make mention of it, like, yes, I know one sleeve is shorter than the other. I did not realize that when I was filming. So do I have impeccable, wonderful taste all the time? I didn't even notice a sleeve was shorter than the other. So we all make mistakes, but it is what it is. So thank you, Christopher, for noticing that my sleeves were 2 different lengths. This is a long one, but we're going to read it together. This will be the last one. We'll end with this for this video. Green Vase. Hi, Karen. On buying inventory, help. You're my main influence. No, you're my main information inspiration source. So do you just replace what you sell, or do you have a budget? I do not replace anything. When I buy something and it goes into my store, it's going to stay in my store forever until I sell it. It's just the way I do it. Definitely works for me. My opinion is, if I have gone out and sourced something and brought it home and cleaned it and made sure it was worthy of being listed, photographed it, edited the photographs, and listed it, you know what? It's staying there. I'm not taking it down. I don't believe in redonating something after 4 months of not selling. Like, why? I put the work into it. It can sit there even if it brings $15. But you have to have capital to do that, like not need your money right back out, and you have to have space to store that amount of things. So I hope that's the right answer to that part of the question. I see your extensive inventory. As a beginner, coming up on 1 year, I still have lots of good jewelry, shoes, boots, purses, inventory priced fairly from last summer still in my store. Although I buy good replacements here and there, I find I'm scared to get too much in store, and then it sits there, even though I drop my price, have sales, and send offers a lot. Like, here's my promoted sales, and she gives some numbers. I won't share that. I don't live source, I online source, so costs are higher for me. Do I just need more patience? Okay, this is from CH. CH, I don't source online very often because I have the ability to get out to stores, and my whole business model is built on the least amount I can spend for what it's going to bring. Not to say I never pay a higher amount. I absolutely do. I will go to an auction and drop, over $100, $200 on one thing, but then I want to get $500 for it. but my buy-in price in thrift stores is generally between $2 and $5. That's the majority of what I'm buying. So if I buy something, let's use the highest number, at $5 and list it, and it sits in my store for 2 years, let's say, and I'm trying to get 25 out of it, when that finally sells, I'm still good with that number. I'm still good because my buyer is paying shipping. All I'm waiting for is, or I should say, all that's being taken out of it is the fees and then eventually income tax. But generally, my business model is built on the pipeline or long tail. You're loading things, a lot of things, into that store, and it's going to cause things to pop out. I don't know if that's true, but it works. 8 years, I'm doing it the same way, and it's working. Now, let me just say, I know a lot of resellers do not like that model and do not have it. That's what's great about this business. Everybody can find what works for them. There are so many different models and methods. Super, that is great. I know a lot of high-end sellers buy 10 things that they will sell for $1,000 and only curate those 10 things. So that's a good model. If you have the money to do that, a lot of people want to be quick flip. They're just churning and burning. I have a tendency not to like that, because if you're only putting 200 or 300 items into your store and you have a quick sell-through rate, there's no end with taking a break, because then say you have 200 listed and you're quick flip, right? And like 50 of them sell, and then the next week 50 more sell. You got to keep spinning that wheel. With me, if I keep putting items in and I'm going to build a big number, like right now I think I have 3,200, which is a little bit low from where I wanted to be, but it's okay. If I sell 50, 3,200, I still have all of those listings and I don't have to race to put listings on. Although I do list probably 5 days a week, but if I take a vacation, it's a vacation. I don't have to worry about it, and my store just keeps making money, so that works out really well. So that is today's video of just sitting here having a chat with you guys. I appreciate you guys. I know I always say this, but I appreciate you more than you will ever know. All of your support, your kindness, your interest, your compliments. I appreciate you guys. So thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great day, and go out and get what's yours.